You are Locked On Red Sox POSTCAST, part of Locked On Sports Boston, on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, the previous two nights, Red Sox using their speed one night, their pop last night. Tuesday night in Toronto, down a run in the eighth inning. The Red Sox used both their speed and the pop. The winning continues, 4 straight wins in all different ways, and now a chance for a series sweep against the Blue Jays in Toronto on Wednesday. Welcome into the Locked On Red Sox postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, longtime play-by-play announcer and national show host. As a kid of the 1980s, I watched Red Sox game on a small black and white TV. Former big league pitcher Scott McGregor once told me I had more useless information than anyone he had ever met. What a great compliment. We are providing reaction to every Red Sox game on Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel, as well as the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which is free and available wherever you get your podcasts. You can watch or listen to Gabby Hurlbut's latest on Locked On Red Sox. Gabby providing in-depth analysis Monday through Friday. Gabby is also going to be at the Celtics Championship Parade, the Duck Boat Parade, on Friday in Boston. On tonight's show, we talk about Tyler O'Neil and Ceddanne Rafaela being the big bats that continue to produce in the Sox lineup. Plus, with the comeback, the Sox took their ace off the hook, and the bullpen got the job done against the Blue Jays. Our latest episode of the Red Sox postcast brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. So the Celtics wrap up their 18th NBA title in franchise history on Monday night. Win it at home against the Dallas Mavericks. 4-1. It was over. And it was over early in Game 5, right? So now you go to Tuesday. Parade is set for Friday. Now there are some people out there, I would imagine, who are starting to put their focus, their eyeballs on the Red Sox. Oh, where are the Red Sox right now? Maybe a couple of games under 500. Where are they? I heard this Rafaela guy's pretty good. O'Neil was hurt, but now back in the lineup. And you focus on the Red Sox, maybe on Tuesday night. Little championship hangover. And wow, the Red Sox have now won 4 in a row. What? The record's 39-35? They didn't come from behind fashion. And this, folks, if you are just kind of learning about the 2024 Boston Red Sox, it's an exciting team. They're still waiting on getting Tristan Casas back in the lineup. And when he returns, that lineup's going to extend just a little bit more. We'll start this one off in the 6th inning. Tanner Houck battled. Red Sox ace battled. First 2 reached in the 6th inning. Later in the inning with 2 outs, Houck got nasty, as I like to say. Got the 2 outs, and then Isaiah Kiner-Falefa came through, base hit down the right field line just inside the bag. That scored the go-ahead run. Blue Jays up 3-2. Top of the 7th inning. Red Sox golden opportunity to tie or take the lead. And you might have been thinking, oh, same old Red Sox, right? Rafaela, leadoff double. Duran, single. 2 quick outs. And then Devers struck out, inning over. 8th inning. Down a run. You're into the Blue Jays bullpen. Tyler O'Neil, boom. 3rd home run of the series, game tied 3-3, went dead center. His 3rd of the series, 15th on the season. Dom Smith, base hit, center field, kept the inning alive. David Hamilton into the game as a pinch runner, stole second on the first pitch that he saw. Then Rafaela, hard shot towards short, off Kiner-Falefa, base hit, RBI, Sox up 4-3. Ceddanne Rafaela, 3rd hit of the game. Rafaela had a stolen base, could not score. Then Kenley Jansen did the job in the 9th inning as he retired the side 1-2-3. Jansen the save and his 13th on the season, 433rd of his career. You have to feel good about this team right now. You just do. You want to tell me go spit? Go right ahead. I'm not going to listen to you. Sox have won 4 in a row, 7 of 9. 4 over 500, 39-35 record. I don't care if you're not excited right now about, well, we're not going to win the division. Okay, just get in. This team, I'll say it for the first time, might be built better for the postseason than the Yankees. I'll say it right then and there, okay? Think about it. Speed kills. Speed doesn't go into a funk. Speed doesn't have struggles. In the postseason, come October, you have to manufacture runs. You can't always rely on the home run. Red Sox can hit home runs. They've hit 5 in the series. And, hey, at some point they can hit one with at least a runner on base. 5 home runs in the series, all solo shots. But you'll take it, right? Beat the teams in the AL East. Check mark. 2 out of 3 over the weekend against the Yankees at home at Fenway. Take the first 2 games of the series in Toronto against the Blue Jays. Off to a 2-0 start on a 6-game road trip that continues on Friday in Cincinnati, the first of 3 against the Reds. But this team right now simply taking care of business, getting on a roll. Now, Houck went 5 2/3. He has not worked into the 7th inning in either of his last 2 starts against the Yankees and against the Blue Jays. But Houck battled 5 2/3, 7 hits, 3 runs all earned, walked 2, struck out 5, left down 3-2. And you know what? Sometimes you have to take your ace off the hook. Left the game trailing on the short side, looking like he was going to take the loss. Instead, picks up the win. The Sox pick up the win. Houck stays at 7-5 on the season. Team now 10-5 on the season in his 15 starts. And the team is now 6-0 in his last 6 outings as well. If you're a fan, or I should say if you're not a fan of the win-loss record, that's fine. Then look at the team record when your starting pitcher goes. And 10-5 looks a lot better than what it did a few weeks ago with Houck. But again, the Red Sox have won his last 6 outings. You will take that. So they were 4-5 at one point in time, right? Do the math. It's simple. But this team is starting to put things together. Can they catch the Yankees? Can they catch the Orioles in the AL East? Realistically, we're not going to say yes right now. But you certainly can be in the mix. And I said it last week as we got this underway with the Locked On Red Sox postcast. And as we continue to build here, I'll continue to hammer home certain points. At first, it was sort of like, okay, you're realistically looking at that number 3 wild card spot. Now, maybe you're not just looking at the number 3 spot. Maybe, I don't like tournament. I don't like seeding in baseball and postseason baseball, but it's here. Something, part of our verbiage, part of our language. So maybe you can get and catch the Royals, because that's where it's looking right now. It's going to be 3 teams out of the AL East, or it's going to be 3 teams out of the AL Central. Forget the West. Mariners look like they're going to run away with that division. But the Red Sox are starting to put things together. I gave you Houck's numbers. Again, 10-5 in his first 15 starts of the season. You'll take that. ERA has crept up a little bit. It was just below 2. Now it's above 2. That's okay. But Houck last time battled. Helped you pick up a win when you needed a win. That was what? Over the weekend, right? Or no, I'm sorry. That was in the series finale. It wasn't against the Yankees. It was in the series finale against the Phillies last Thursday. So went on the 5 days rest. So again, you take your ace off the hook every once in a while. It's something you got to do. 4-3 comeback win, 15th comeback win of the season for the Sox. And as we talk about Tyler O'Neil, Ceddanne Rafaela, 3 base hits. We're going streaking in our second segment, by the way. O'Neil in the second, double to open up the inning. 2-out knock for Dom Smith. Way to go, Dom Smith. Red Sox led 1-0. And then Masa Yoshida. Devers, 1-out double in the 6th inning. Scored on a 2-out RBI knock from Yoshida. 3 of the 4 runs scoring with 2 outs. But Dom Smith, Masa Yoshida, you get production out of those guys, and you need production out of Yoshida. Left-handed bat. He's going to DH when there's a righty on the mound a lot of the time. You've got to get production out of him. Smith, Yoshida, RBI base hits, both coming with 2 outs in an inning. You will take that, and you will run with it. And now the Sox put themselves in a situation where they can sweep the 3-game series in Toronto against the Blue Jays. Locked On Sports Boston, the number 1 place to hang out immediately after every game. Locked On Sports Boston, your team every day. Locked On Sports Boston and our Locked On Red Sox postcast right here on the Locked On Sports Boston. Again, the number 1 place to hang out immediately after every game all season long. So let's tell you about Game Time, one of our sponsors here on the Locked On Red Sox postcast. Game Time, remember, as a kid, I remember this, hanging out as a kid on a Saturday. My dad, his friend Bobby Miller stopped by. Bobby drove at 1 speed, very fast, raced into the driveway, got out of the car, knew something good was happening, he had a smile on his face. Told us he had tickets for the next day, Yankee Stadium. Angels, Yankees in the Bronx. My mom took me the next day. We didn't have Game Time, but we had Bobby Miller helping us out with some pretty darn good tickets in New York. Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball, which makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer you get to first pitch with killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee. Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying Major League Baseball tickets. Game Time features zone deals. What are zone deals? Well, you can save even more when you choose a section and let Game Time choose the seats. And they also have all-in pricing as well. Toggling this feature shows the total upfront with no surprise fees at checkout. Take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONMLB, LOCKEDON for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. Locked On Red Sox Postcast. Also brought to you by Supply House as well, another sponsor of our Locked On Red Sox Postcast. And Supply House. Order supplies from the website that's made for the skilled trades. Find out and find thousands of parts from hundreds of brands in just a couple of clicks as Supply House, their website, supplyhouse.com. Supplyhouse.com gives you 24/7 access to a huge selection of plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with fast delivery anywhere in the U.S. Need help with an order? Get industry-leading after-sales service from their friendly and knowledgeable customer support team and talk to a real person every time. And there's great news for plumbers, technicians, and contractors. Being a pro does have its perks. Trade industry professionals can join their free Trade Master program for free shipping and serious discounts on every order. Over 100,000 pros already trust the Trade Master program to deliver results. Apply for your membership today. Get the competitive edge on every order at supplyhouse.com/TM. Save money and time when you order online. Order plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies from supplyhouse.com. Real people, real service. Sox winners of 4 in a row now. Pick up the victory against the Blue Jays on Tuesday north of the border. Sox have won 7 of 9, 4 games over 500. And you know what? Right now we're going streaking. Yeah, we are. Jarren Duran has hit safely now in 9 straight games. That's a 9-game hit streak. Duran 1 for 5 in the ball game on Tuesday. Has 4 multi-hit games over the course of this 9-game hit streak. Connor Wong was not in the lineup for Alex Cora and the Sox on Tuesday. But Wong actually has a 10-game hit streak, and over that hit streak, he's got 13 hits and 6 runs batted in. We'll see if Connor Wong is back in there on Wednesday in the series finale against the Blue Jays. They go with another right-hander and Kevin Gausman. And how about Ceddanne Rafaela? 3 more hits in the victory on Tuesday. 3 hits, run batted in, 16 hits over the course of his 7-game hit streak. So Wong has hit safely in 10 in a row. Duran has hit safely in 9 in a row. And Rafaela has hit safely now in 7 straight as well. Can we talk about Ceddanne Rafaela for just a moment? And if you want to leave a comment for us, you can do that right here on our Locked On Red Sox postcast. Audience participation is a must as we continue to build this, so you can join us. Also, word-of-mouth advertising helps as well. If you like what we're doing every game, rest of the way, fingers crossed into postseason, tell your friends about us as well with the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel and our Locked On Boston podcast channel as well. I don't know that he wins it. I heard Will Middlebrooks either before the game or just right after the game was over on Nesson on the postgame. Again, it might have been pregame, but Ceddanne Rafaela, if he ends up hitting 275 this year, he's got 20 stolen bases, 15 home runs, 25 doubles. He's at least in the conversation for Rookie of the Year. I don't know that he gets there. Perhaps over the season he gets more consistent. Right now, he's consistent. He's got 6 multi-hit games during the course of the 7-game hit streak. So he's starting to do some different things at the plate. Seeing more pitches, a little bit more patient early in the bat, not swinging at the first pitch, not swinging out of his cleats as well. So you're seeing him make adjustments to big league pitching. How many other AL Rookie of the Year candidates are there right now? Luis Gil from the Yankees, starting pitcher, fragile, right? Gil could slump in the second half. He could tire out. Mason Miller with the A's. I'm not sure there are that many hitters on the American League. I know I'm missing one or two, but Ceddanne Rafaela is right there. He's right there. I think he leads all AL rookies in hits now. 3 more. He adds to that total. He's right there, 1 or 2. But Ceddanne Rafaela is going to be a guy that's going to be right in the mix there. And again, one of 3 hitters with decent hit streaks. Start to respect the hit streak when it hits 10. So that's where Connor Wong is right now. But I think right now you could look at Ceddanne Rafaela and say, you know what? He continues to put up the numbers. Yeah, he's certainly in consideration. Let's go into the bullpen, because the bullpen was solid in relief of Tanner Houck. Kelly, inning in the third, scoreless, a strikeout. Bernardino, 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit allowed. Slayton got the out, last out in the 8th inning, and then Kenley Jansen, 1, 2, 3, 9th for the save. He struck out 1, his 13th save on the season. And, you get the runs in the 8th inning. You come back against the Blue Jays. You work a bottom of the 8th inning scoreless. Jansen's coming on for the 9th. He has now worked in 2 straight games. There aren't too many closers who are going to give you a clean 9th inning every single time. And a long time ago, we went to that 1-inning closer where you're asked to get the final 3 outs. Kenley has gotten 4 outs before, did that over the weekend. But it was just one of those games where you're thinking, is he gonna give up the tying run in the bottom of the 9th inning? No, retired the side in order. And it was all business. Got the job done. Again, his 13th save on the season, and the Red Sox pick up the victory. So now, 3-game series, you have an opportunity, winning the first 2, to go for the series sweep on Wednesday. And then you go into what is probably certainly a day that was circled on the calendar, an off day in Cincinnati on Thursday, and that's going to be big for the Red Sox. Chris Martin, prior to the game, was activated from the injured list. Cooper Criswell was sent down to AAA. Wilyer Abreu also out on a rehab assignment, as well as we go in into some other news and notes. You may see Abreu back as early as this weekend in Cincinnati. So Martin activated. Criswell will go down and continue to pitch on normal rest. And it sounds like the guys who aren't going to get that extra day of rest, they're going to stay on normal rest in the Cincinnati series. And you're going to see the Blue Jays again early next week at Fenway, as they're playing 6 times in a 10-day period as well. Jen McCaffrey, every once in a while, I'll throw this out there for you. Jen McCaffrey covers the Red Sox for The Athletic, does a wonderful job. Recent Q&A with Craig Breslow. They hit on a lot of different topics, including the upcoming draft, and I'm going to be interested to see, and a lot of people are. Let's see how the Red Sox do in their first draft with Craig Breslow at the helm. Do they continue with that philosophy from recent years where they're drafting middle of the field type guys, infielders, shortstops, athletic guys, high school guys? Red Sox do have the number 12 pick in the first round in this year's draft. It's going to be held next month. The draft right now seems to have more bats than pitching in the first round. Friend, colleague, Jonathan Mayo, MLB Pipeline, has the Red Sox taking East Carolina right-handed pitcher Trey Yesavage in his latest mock draft. But there are a couple of high school bats that are also attached to the Red Sox as well. But in that interview, Craig Breslow talking with Jen McCaffrey, there were a couple of things that stood out. One, he trusts the people that he has in place within the scouting system for the Red Sox. I took note of that. One other thing that I took note of from Craig Breslow, admitted he's going to get out there. He's got a lot of things on his plate, feeling himself in the new role. Has not been out to any of the minor league affiliates so far through the first couple of months of the 24 season. So, again, the draft coming up. Interview Jen McCaffrey with Craig Breslow, that Q&A up on the Athletic website. Chris Cotillo, who covers the Red Sox from Mass Live, reporting Tuesday, pitcher and pitching prospect Luis Perales going to have Tommy John surgery. Could come as early as next week. The 21-year-old Perales, touted as the 9th best prospect in the organization and the number 2 ranked pitcher in the Sox system as well. That according to MLB Pipeline. He was pitching with AA Portland, began the year off with Greenville, at the high A level. 9 starts overall between Greenville and Portland, 33 and 2/3 innings. I'm not giving you the win-loss record. It means nothing in the minors. It does, but it doesn't. 33 and 2/3 innings, 1 home run allowed, 12 walks, and 56 strikeouts. So Perales is down for the rest of the year into next year as well. What that does, talking about Craig Breslow, with the, not only do you have Craig Breslow in his first draft coming up in July, you also have his first trade deadline as well coming up later next month as well. So Perales is one of those guys where he's not that far off, but he's on the 40-man roster. Now he goes down. But if you were talking to a team about a deal and they asked about him, was that a piece that you could put in a trade package this year or next? Now he's down. That no longer becomes available. Also, he's not available to pitch remainder of this season, so he's missing quality time, and he's also not going to start the season pitching next year as well. Again, he's a guy that is on the 40-man roster. Glad you're with us on the Locked On Sports Boston and the Locked On Red Sox postcast. Reminder, Locked On Boston, the number one place to hang out immediately after every single Red Sox game from here on out. Coming up, the Say Hey Kid. Willie Mays, his ties to the Red Sox, and our number of the night as well. Locked On Red Sox postcast brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with more than 5 million members. It is the most fun, exciting way to get in on the action while you watch your favorite sports and players. You just pick more or less on 2 or more players' stats for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. With Prize Picks, you could turn $10 into $1,000 in a single game watching your favorite sports this summer. You can make a Prize Picks lineup in as little as 60 seconds. You just need to pick more or less on 2 to 6 players' stat projections, and you're locked in. If you're looking for promotions, Prize Picks has got you covered every week. From lowering select players' stat projections on Tuesdays, which increases your chance of getting a win, to getting your entry fee back if you have a losing lineup on Fridays. Prize Picks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become part of Prize Picks community today. We are chatting about the Red Sox victory against the Blue Jays in Toronto on Tuesday night right here on the Locked On Red Sox postcast. 1-run victory, comeback victory, 4 straight victory for the Red Sox. They've now won 7 of their last 9 games. Number of the night and getting on track coming up, but during the game, the news coming down, San Francisco Giants, and I'll tell you what, I'm never saw Willie Mays play. Different era. Read books, read stories, had conversations about Willie Mays, but Willie Mays passed on Tuesday at the age of 93. He turned 93 back on May 6th. The Say Hey Kid, the Hall of Famer, one of the all-time greats, best defensive center fielder of all time. I had do some crazy things when it comes to archiving stories, and I went back to one that I had, clicked on the link from May of 2014, Gordon Eads, writing a story for ESPN on Willie Mays. Again, he passed away Tuesday at the age of 93. Gordon writing the story, there are many stories out there. Willie Mays could have been a member of the Red Sox organization. Could have been a Red Sox. Willie Mays at the time was playing for the Birmingham Black Barons. He was scouted by longtime Red Sox scout George Digby. And George Digby quoted in the article by Gordon Eads, again going back to May of 2014 on ESPN and ESPN.com, Digby saying of Willie Mays, the greatest prospect he had ever seen. Again, there are many stories. And this week, the game's going to be played in Birmingham. And over the weekend, it was Willie Mays is not going to be able to attend. So not sure if people understood the situation, that it was that the end was coming with Willie Mays or not, but he was not going to attend Thursday night's game at Rookwood Ballpark in Birmingham, Alabama. But the stories, we know them. Mr. Yonke was not going to have an African-American a Negro player from the Negro Leagues with the Red Sox at that point in time. George Digby, again, longtime scout with the Red Sox organization, had Willie Mays signed and committed to signing with the Red Sox for $4,500. Willie Mays passing away, the Say Hey Kid, dying Tuesday at 93. A life well lived. Let's get into our number of the night. Red Sox 4-3 victory against the Blue Jays on Tuesday night in Toronto. Do it and come from behind fashion. Now the Red Sox have an opportunity for the series sweep. Runners in scoring position. It's something I've paid attention to a lot this year. Red Sox entering Tuesday, 9th in the American League with a 256 batting average with runners in scoring position. The Jays were 10th at 248. Jays, as we do our numbers of the night, Jays 2 for 12, 7 left on base. 2 for 12 with runners on scoring position. In the loss, a 1-run loss to the Red Sox Tuesday night. The Red Sox were 4 for 13. So timely hitting, 3 2-out RBIs for the Red Sox. Smith, Yoshida, Rafaela, all 3 runs scoring with 2 outs for the Blue Jays, but runners in scoring position overall, Jays 2 for 12. Come through a couple of more times. We're not talking about a 4-game win streak for the Red Sox. But the Red Sox entering the game on Tuesday, 185, the number. 185 strikeouts on the season with runners in scoring position. That's a number that needs to improve. You need to lower that number in the coming weeks. I'll keep tabs on that for you. One more number of the night for you, 5. Red Sox complete the series sweep on Wednesday, and they'll win their 5th in a row, which would match their season high. Let's get into it. And Mr. Bello, note to Brian Bello, let's get on track. Let's go out there, throw 6 quality innings. Not asking you to work into the 7th inning on Wednesday in the series finale. Go out there and give a solid 6. Bello did not make it out of the 5th inning. 2 starts ago on the road against the White Sox. Did not make it past the 5th inning in his last start Friday against the Yankees at Fenway. The Sox have lost his previous 3 starts against Detroit, Chicago, the White Sox, and the Yankees, and gave up 5 runs against the White Sox, did the same against the Yankees as well. He's given up 10 home runs this year, 7 to left-handed batters. Bello, couple of numbers against Toronto hitters. Vlad Jr., 7 for 14, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs in his career against Bello. George Springer, who just has not had a good 24 season. Springer, 6 for 15, 6 singles total against Bello in his career. He's going to go up against Kevin Gausman. Let's see if Bobby Dahlbeck is in the lineup. Dahlbeck, 5 for 10 career against Gausman with 4 runs batted in. And Rafael Devers, 7 for 24, 4 doubles, 5 RBIs against Gausman, who will enter his 12th start of the season on Wednesday. 5-5 record, 4.08 ERA. Shutout victory against, went the distance with a shutout on June 8th on the road against the Oakland A's. And he struck out 10 in that outing. So Bello, Gausman, the starters for Wednesday as the Sox go for the series sweep. Again, a tip of our cap. A thank you to our sponsors, Game Time Supply House and Prize Picks, right here on the Red Sox, Locked On Red Sox postcast, part of Locked On Sports Boston. Our Locked On Sports Red Sox postcast does follow each and every game for the Red Sox all season long. We are on within minutes of the last out recorded. Hopefully tomorrow night we're talking about a series sweep against the Blue Jays, and the Red Sox will have picked up their 5th straight win as well. Locked On has launched the first ever national sports 24/7 streaming channel on YouTube, and it's also now available on Amazon Fire TV and the free Fire TV channel app as well. Locked On Sports Today is here 24/7, covering the top sports stories of the day with the local experts of Locked On, plus our national shows covering every league. Find Locked On Sports Today now available on the free Fire TV channel app. Red Sox, Jays wrap up their series Wednesday in Toronto. Again, Red Sox looking for their 5th straight win and a series sweep. Bello and Gausman, the pitching matchup, again will be on board within minutes of the final out with our latest edition of the Locked On Red Sox postcast. Locked On Boston is the number 1 place to hang out immediately following every game.